Congress Neta Mani Shankar Aiyar has sparked a fresh controversy. Here's what has happened. He was referring to the India-China War of 1962 and said China allegedly invaded. The word that he used as if it was not clear if there was a dispute over it when it was on fact documented how China decided to intervene and interfere with India's territory. Congress has distanced itself from Mani Shankar Aiyar's remark. Interestingly, Congress's Jairam Ramesh mentioning Ladakh standoff between India and China and appeared to have given out a figure of the supreme sacrifice of our soldiers with an inflated reference. Jairam Ramesh has said 40 soldiers lost their life in Ladakh, when according to our sources, correspondents on the ground and confirmed information coming in, that about 20 soldiers gave the supreme sacrifice in the line of duty in the Ladakh standoff in 2020. Remember, any reference right now can actually become problematic and a controversy. Let's listen in first to what did Mani Shankar say this time.
In October 1962, the Chinese allegedly invaded India. On the day that Tawang fell, the Foreign Service exams began in London. So after I had passed the Foreign Service exam, I was not getting any kind of admission letter. I got a telegram saying, regret to inform you that you have been rejected from all services. And so the Intelligence Bureau, they read these newspapers and came to the conclusion that as I was a communist, and as some people said that I had raised money for the Chinese, I wasn't able to raise money to eat my dinner. How was I going to raise it for the Chinese? There are various books which indicate that we could have accepted Zhou Enlai's proposal of April 1960. We could have perhaps avoided war by backing up our forward policy with adequate military strength to be able to open those forward posts. And you will recall that Nehru had said that I had ordered the Indian Army to throw out the Chinese from the Thakla Ridge. And there was a kind of riposte that came from the Chinese. So I used the expression alleged, but I shouldn't have done so.
Yes, it is an
I shouldn't have done so because we're in the middle of an election.
Remember that it is about the soldiers' sacrifice in 1962 as much, fighting those Chinese forces that had tried to enter into India's territory. And, for example, the Battle of Rizangla, that has become such a legendary mention for generations thereafter, for the brave fight that was put up. Joining me now is Tom Vadakan, who's now BJP spokesperson. Mr. Vadakan, to use words like allegedly, even though it has come with an apology, what should one make of it? Is it a mistake? Is it being blown out of proportion here? Or in the case of Mani Shankar Aiyar, helping with a self-goal for the Congress party in election season?
This is the line the Congress party has maintained for quite some time. The MOU that they have signed are all significant pointers to their connection with China and the funding of the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. These are all issues in public domain. Mani Shankar is just playing their line. And look at his apology. He says the alleged word should not have been used because elections are going on. What does he mean by that? He clearly indicates that is their mindset, and because there is elections, we should not give them an opportunity to get back. I mean, India is watching. People of India are watching. And this business of using alleged, our martyrs, their blood, and their families, have some pity on them. And to use words, I think this country will not forget the Congress party for their acts, their mindset, and what they intend to do to
What you can
change
also
history.
hear, because then Jairam Ramesh, even though the Congress has distanced itself, has come in with the figures of our soldiers who gave the supreme sacrifice in Galwan. And he's mentioned a number 40, which our sources, our correspondents on the ground have said was about 20 soldiers who gave the supreme sacrifice. Do you think giving a figure like 40 could actually be misused by the Chinese authorities? That why was it really needed at this point if there was no confirmation to it?
This is a pure PR exercise by Jairam Ramesh. He's a spin artist, and he spins, from morning to evening, he spins stories for the Congress party. Nobody really takes him seriously, even in the Congress party, forget opposition parties. So the reality is Jairam is doing what he has always been doing. His fairy tales continue, and he will continue doing it. There's no course correction for him.
Appreciate you joining us, Mr. Vadakan. Piyush Mishra also joins us in the latest on that. Piyush, Jairam Ramesh starts with saying that we distance ourselves and that there should be some margin given to Mani Shankar for the age. But then he goes on to bring Galwan and then gives out a figure of the soldiers that many have already disputed. What do you think is happening? Is this because an unnecessary issue that is being brought in, dragged, while we are heading into phase 7?
Well, certainly, there are only 2 days left for the campaigning for the last phase of Lok Sabha elections, and controversy has been quoted once again by Mani Shankar Aiyar. And this can clearly be seen as to how the BJP is going to catch it up. We can expect the top leaders of BJP to attack Congress party over the statement which has been made by Mani Shankar Aiyar. Remember that Mani Shankar Aiyar, who is a senior Congress leader, has again quoted a controversy where he referred to 1962 Indo-China war as an alleged Chinese invasion. After which we also saw as to how he said that he should have used this word as the elections are going on and the campaigning is also going on. Following which Jairam Ramesh, who is also the top leader of Congress party and in charge of media communication of Congress party, has said that party distances itself from the statement which has been made by Mani Shankar Aiyar. But at the same time, he has also accused Prime Minister Modi of giving China a clean sheet for their incursion in May 2020. So we are now seeing how at Congress and how Mani Shankar Aiyar has made statements. Congress party is distancing itself, but BJP is now asking questions from the Congress party on this statement made by Mani Shankar Aiyar.
But every choice of words, specifically when it comes to our history, our brave soldiers, need to be very carefully thought of. And at this point, Mani Shankar Aiyar just continues to bring more trouble sometimes for the Congress party with the words being chosen while we are heading this time into the 7th phase. Appreciate you joining us, Piyush Mishra. This is going to likely become a huge political showdown. 1962 and Galwan 2020. Is this the same issue right now when the Congress party mentions it?